sorry, no estaba grabando. We can use, you can use in order to with a base form of a verb to express a purpose. También lo podemos expresar así. The following three sentences have the same meaning. Look that these three ones have the same meaning. We can use in order to, because, or only the infinitive. I scroll down in order to read. I scroll down in order to read the text. I scroll down because I wanted to read the text, or I scroll down to read the text. We can use both of them, both of them. It depends. It depends if we say, no, it's easy to only, I'm going to use only the infinitive, or because, or in order to, but the meaning is the same. Then, Diana, can you read for? We can use for.
You can use for to express a purpose before a noun, phrase, or gerund phrase.
Okay, look that we have different ways to express a purpose, not only with the infinitive. We can use with for or with in order to. In order to. Can you read, Jacob, the number one?
Yes, teacher. She emailed me for some advice.
She mailed me for
She
some,
emailed.
very, very good. She emailed me for some advice. For. And the other one, Imelda, the second one. No es Imelda, is not Imelda. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Yes, teacher. They shop online for electronic products.
Look, they shop online for electronic products. Or, Francisco,
I use my smartphone for emailing clients.
clients. Okay, very good. Look, we can use for or in order to. For or in order to. But they say be careful. Be careful. Don't use for before an infinitive of purpose. Don't use for before an infinitive of purpose. We don't say she mailed me for to ask a question. For and to, they are not going together. Okay, she emailed me to ask a question. She emailed me to ask a question, not she emailed me for to ask a question. Don't use for before an infinitive. We don't use that, okay? It's clearly. Okay, now we have other ways to express a purpose. Not only infinitive, the infinitive of purpose in order to or for. Very good. And we can use because, as we saw before, because, or something like that. We have an exercise to practice with for or to. Complete each sentence. We're going to complete the sentence with for or to. Check. Can you read the number one and complete it, Karina? Can you read and complete? Remember that we're going to use
Yes,
for.
teacher.
For or to. For or to.
My friend emailed me.
Mail me.
Me for see he's getting married.
Okay, no, again, can you repeat? My friend
My friend
email me.
email me
Mail me.
for say he's getting married.
My friend email me. Usted nos dice, you said, that is for say he's getting married. For say he is getting married, that is to say, not for, okay? My friend emailed me to say he's getting married. My friend emailed me, he is getting married. He sent an email because he want to inform me, inform that he's going to get married. My friend emailed me to say To say he's getting married, no use for say. Next one. Monse, can you complete the number 2?
Jane shops online for clothing.
Jane shops online. Jane shops online for clothing. Jane shops online for clothing. Very,
Jane shops online for clothing.
very good.
Profesor,
¿Ya?
tengo una duda. ¿Hay como
Ya.
una regla para saber cuándo usar to y cuándo usar for? Es
Yes,
que no estuve en la
before.
clase anterior.
Okay, when we read, okay, look.
I think when the next word is a verb,
Look.
when it's verb, I
Oh.
use to. When it's a thing, use for.
Look, you can use in order to with a base form of a verb to express a purpose. When we have the base form in order to look, read, only read in order to continue with a verb in simple form, But for, you can use for to express a purpose before a noun phrase or gerund. For emailing is a gerund, and electronic products or some advice is a noun. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Number 3. Andres.
Yeah.
Andres, can you complete that? Remember that you are going to use a purpose, the purpose, infinitive of purpose, the infinitive, look, say, we can say for say, we have to say, to go, to play, to write, to, we have a verb. If we're going to complete with to, the next word will be
And Andres say
the verb.
his microphone is failed.
Oh, it's failing. Okay. Jenny.
Yes, teacher. I went online to find a new keyboard.
Keyword, very good. To find, not for find. To find. We have find, the verb find, but with to is the
infinitive.
Is the infinitive. To say, to find.
Fine.
We can
Okay.
say to clothing, no, because clothing is not a verb. Okay.
Is a gerund verb.
It's a gerund. Very good. Very, very good. Number 4. Gloria, can you read and complete? Can you read and complete it?
Yes. Matt created a web page to keep in touch with his family and friends.
Okay, look, Gloria. Keeping
Before.
is a gerund. Keeping
Before.
is a gerund. What will be before keeping? What will be before a gerund? Clothing, keeping.
For keeping. Oh.
For keeping, very good. Matt created a web page for keeping in touch with his family and friends. Very good. Thank you, Gloria. Juan Jair.
Sometimes I use my computer to download movies.
Sometimes I use my computer to download movies. Okay, very good. Number 6, Cesar.
We both log on to the internet for information.
For information. Very, very good. And the last one. Look, Klaus, can you read it?
Just click the icon to open the file.
Just click the icon. Solamente, solo. Dele click. Just click the icon. Complete.
To open the file.
To open the file. Very good. Just click the icon to open, look, to say, to find, to download, to open. Very good. And the last one, Paola.
Yes, teacher. When Gina's computer crashed, her brother came over for to help her.
Look at the verb help. What do we need to
help.
become an infinitive? ¿Qué necesitamos para que help se convierta en un infinitivo?
To
To help. Very good, to help. When Gina's computer crashed, remember the ed ending? Crashed, crashed. When Gina's computer crashed, her brother came over to help her. Okay? Crashed, remember that ed, the ed ending. Very good, look that we have 4 and 2 with the position 2, we're going to complete the infinitive to say, to find, to download, to open, to help. And with gerund, with a gerund for clothing, for keeping, for information. Okay? Is that clear? Is that clearly? Yeah?
Okay.
Very, very good.
Yes.
Yeah? Let's continue. We are almost done. We are almost done this topic of infinitive of purpose, but we're going to finish with this a little movie. Okay.
This is Amelia De Silva, and this is her coffee shop. It's called the Cupcake Station, and she started it a year ago.
That's right. It's really hard work, but I always wanted to have my own coffee shop. It's a dream come true.
That's wonderful.
Here, have a cupcake.
Oh, thanks. That's a great cupcake. So, Amelia, how did you achieve your dream?
That's a good question. First, I worked part-time at another coffee shop to learn about the business.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned it's very important to know your customers.
Know your customers. What do you mean?
You need to know what your customers like. For example, I sold only cupcakes and coffee here at first, but my customers wanted other things like muffins, donuts, and pie. So now I'm selling those things to get more customers and to improve my business.
I see. Well, my store will only sell cookies.
You might have a problem.
Really? I think people will love my cookies. Try one.
These are good. But really, it's a difficult job. You'll work at night. You'll work on weekends. You'll work early in the morning.
I see. Well, what about money? How did you get the money to start your business?
I went to the bank to get a loan.
Oh, that's easy.
But the bank said no.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I went to a different bank and they said no too.
That's a shame. Then what did you do?
Well, I took a class to learn about business. The teacher showed me how to write a business plan.
You mean a plan to show how your business will make money?
Right. First, I did a lot of research. I studied the customers, the neighborhood, and other coffee shops. Then I wrote a business plan using my research.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Very good. With this topic, we finish this topic with this conversation about infinitives of purposes. Okay, infinitive of purpose. Any question about this topic, Francesco?
No, teacher, the infinitive form,
Clear?
I think it's easy to write, to speak, to tell,
It's
to
easy.
learn.
And more if we're going to use because, or we can use different words. Not only the infinitive, we can use, as we saw, different things. To go because I wanted to go, or something like that. In order to go, we can different ways to answer some questions. Now, let's continue with comparison with as is our third topic for this week. Comparison. We studied before in other classes the comparison with superlatives and comparatives and superlatives, but now we have the comparisons with as. Look, we have a conversation model. Look that we have this couple drinking maybe coffee, and we're going to listen them. What are they doing?
Page 103, conversation model. Exercise A. Listen to someone compare product features. I'm thinking about getting a new game controller.
Oh yeah? What kind?
Everyone says I should get a macro.
Well, I've heard that the Panatel is as good as the Macro, but it costs a lot less.
Really? I'll check it out.
Look that they are talking about getting a new game controller. When are we use some comparative, Francisco? When do you use some comparative? What do you compare?
When I need compare one product or one thing.
Yeah, a product, a thing. And what about Jake? What about Andres? When do you compare something? When? This is having some problem with. Okay.
I'm here.
When do you compare something? When you are going to what? We're going to.
I compare the quality.
The quality. When we buy something like, for example, a cell phone. We compare a cell phone with another one because we say, no, this cell phone has these features different than the other one, or maybe the camera, the photos are better than the other, something like that. We compare different things, right? Very good. Look at these people are talking about. What do they say? I'm thinking about getting a new game controller. Oh yeah, what kind? What kind of controller? Everyone says I should get a macro. A macro, and he's thinking about the game macro controller. Well, I've heard that the Panatel is as good as the macro, but it costs a lot less. Is as good as. We are comparing something, comparing the controller, the macro, and the Panatel. As good as the macro, but it costs a lot less. ¿Qué es el as good as? El Panatel es tan bueno como, ¿verdad? Es tan bueno como el macro. Both are good controllers, tan bueno como. We use as, adjective as adjective as, okay? To compare something. When we want to buy, as Francisco said before, we use as, the adjective, and as, because we are comparing something. In this case, as good as. El Panatel es tan bueno como el macro. Both are good controllers, game controllers, okay? Let's listen one more time.
Page 103, conversation model. Exercise A. Listen to someone compare product features. I'm thinking about getting a new game controller.
Oh yeah? What kind?
Everyone says I should get a macro.
Well, I've heard that the Panatel is as good as the macro, but it costs a lot less.
Really? I'll check it out.
Okay, but sometimes the article that we're going to buy, they are as good as, but sometimes they aren't. They aren't good at. Yeah, we say it isn't. Sometimes when the article is not good as the other one, we say, oh, it's not as good as. Oh, pero no es tan bueno como este, ¿verdad? When we are going to buy something, sí hacemos eso. Sometimes we say, oh, este es tan bueno como este. Ambos son buenos. Pero a veces decimos, no, the Panatel isn't as good as the macro. No, no es tan bueno como este otro. Sometimes we don't have equality. We're going to check that. Look, comparisons with as. Sometimes we express similarity. A veces si hay similitud en ambas cosas, en ambos artículos. Sometimes they have similarity, but sometimes not. In this case, Imelda, can you read when we express similarity? To express
Yes,
similarity.
teacher. Use as, to express similarity.
Yeah, use
Similarity.
as
Use as with an adjective to indicate how two things are equal or the same.
okay. Use as adjective
Use as
with an adjective to indicate how two things are equal. They are equal or the same.
same.
Continue, Imelda, please. Continue.
Use the adverb use for emphasis. Or,
Emphasizes.
I
We're
don't
going
know.
to use,
Emphasis.
the adverb is used for emphasizes. It
Use.
emphasizes. We're going to add, look.
The new speakers are as good as the whole ones.
Look, in this first one, the new speakers are as good as the old ones.
The free
Okay.
tablet is just as good as the F40.
Okay, in the first one, the new speakers, we have some speakers are as good as. Son buenos, son tan buenos como los viejitos que teníamos. The new speakers are as good as. Son